Welcome to Verdalia Park, once again. In this episode, I'll build the first actual roller coaster of the park called Fireflight. This build took me literally 18 hours, not even kidding, and I have so much footage, so in this video I'll be building half of it, which will be the layout of the coaster, its plaza, the entrance, the queue, and the station. I hope you enjoy this video, and now let's start. I started off by building the coaster's main plaza, and I kind of wanted it to resemble Goliath Plaza at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, where you immediately go left as soon as you enter the park and there's a coaster right there. And I also did that because, if you couldn't tell already, I was leaving a empty spot in front of the parking lot, that way I could show a cool coaster as the people enter the park. So yeah, that's why I did that. Okay, so basically this ride is going to be themed off of fireflies. As the name, fireflight, fireflies flying. I thought it was a cool name. So basically my vision was that I wanted the trains to resemble fireflies and have them go through this really dark forest, kind of mystical forest kind of vibe, and light up as they walk by or go by. So yeah, I just wanted to explain what I'm building before y'all actually watch the entire process, just to give a little bit of context. And here I start to work on the ride's entrance. To add to the foresty vibe, I use a really small coaster support to create vines on top of this little archway that I built. Sorry, this takes forever. This process. It was kind of annoying, but I think it looked good at the end, so just wait. Now I start working on the lettering of the Fireflight sign. Here I decided to make a little design for the logo and add some wings to the edges. That way it'll look a little bit more themed to my ride. In a way, I feel like this rocky little fence here made way for the whole actual design of the ride and its queue and its station. So, I'll thank the fences, I guess. And now I finally placed the station for the ride, which will be a Vekoma family launch coaster. More Dollywood inspiration, I guess. Kind of inspired by Big Bear Mountain, but whatever. Yeah, I thought it'd be a good ride to start the park off with, because anyone can really ride it. And either way, I kept it like pretty intense, I feel like. So yeah, you'll just have to wait and see. And here I work on what I felt like was the world's most annoying and tedious queue ever. I don't know. In the moment I felt it, but I watched the time lapse and it didn't look that bad, so I don't know. and now I finally start working on the layout of the Vekoma family launch coaster. Warning, there is heavy inspiration from Big Bear Mountain. For a while now, I'm struggling with the smoothing because I didn't realize I had it on smoothing the turns only, so I made another coaster to check out what was wrong, and it still did it, and I was scared the game was broken, but it wasn't, and I'm just dumb and I forgot to put it to smooth type all. So yeah, there you go, I fixed it already. Honestly, the first half's kind of clickbait for the second half of the ride after this launch right here. I feel like after this launch, that's the intense part. The first part makes it seem like a baby ride, which I thought was a cool idea because I'm going to surprise the people. I accidentally exploded the people with the car train, and I had to figure out how to delete them, but but I ended up deleting them on accident, and that just happened to be the most efficient way. This is kind of the part where you can see the Big Bear Mountain inspiration with these two little high up airtime hills. It's like kind of this, I feel like the signature Big Bear Mountain thing, but just take it. I just took it. And here I wanted the people outside of the park to have a little view of the ride passing. That way, you know, coolness, I don't know. And finally, I changed the horrendous blue and purple into a nice green and brown to match the vibe of the park. I decided to make the train the color of fireflies. I had to Google that. But in case you didn't know, fireflies are kind of orangey and yellow and black. This part was kind of weird to build at first, but it actually ended up being one of the most important parts of the ride, and you'll find that out soon. And finally, I've completed the layout. I made sure to go back and smooth all the little kind of rough parts and fix the shaping a little bit. That way it feels more like a Vekoma. And now I try and fix the queue a little bit, and I got this idea to make a little viewing area of the ride that kind of goes past this part of the queue, which didn't work out, by the way, so warning. This is where I start doing the failed plan of a little viewing plaza to look at the coaster, watch go by. And just like that, it is gone. Then I finally figured out there actually is guest barriers, which I was commented that they had, and I finally started using them. It took me a little while to figure out how to get 2 trains going, but I ended up figuring out like I had to change the interval, that way it'll match the time it takes for the car to go around the circuit. And I also figured out that you need at least 3 block sections to run 2 trains, and that stumped me. I thought I only needed 2. Adding that extra block session kind of made me have to change the part after the launch, but it ended up fine after that anyway. Now I start working on the exit, which I want to end in like a gift shop, which is how like most rides kind of end, and I want that gift shop to have like cool firefly gifts and glowy kind of things. Finally, I start to work on the decorating the queue. That way people can have something to look at while they wait like an hour. Here I start decorating the sign a little bit more to make it a bit more unique and cool looking for people to look at before they enter the ride. I got the idea to make a giant pergola over the queue, that way they don't have to wait in the sun, because I hate waiting in the sun. here I start working on the railings of the ramp part of the queue. And then I figured out there's priority passes in this game. I don't know why I did not know that, but now I have to reshape the queue. This is why it was torture for me. And then it wouldn't cooperate. It would constantly turn into stairs. I'm trying to make it accessible too. So like, I'm trying not to put that many stairs. So yeah, that was a bit hard, but I ended up figuring it out. Now I start working on the actual station building for the ride. I tried to make a transfer track here at the brakes, but there's too much track going under it, and it would not have been realistic, I feel like. So I ended up changing it in a little bit. Now I changed the transfer track to be on the launch, which I don't know if that is realistic or not, but I don't care. It was the only spot I could put it, so you'll see how that goes. Now here is when I said that fence took some inspiration, because I decided to make the entire building and all the railings rocky themed. I don't know what rocks have to do with fireflies, but I don't know, I feel like it worked. I decided to change the paths to brown because, I don't know, I felt right. Now onto the roof, which kind of took me a while to figure out the shape that I wanted the roof to be, because I don't want it to be the same as the other roofs. You'll see. After figuring out the shaping of the roof, I used these little roof trims to kind of add some framing to the roof, which, I don't know, it kind of made it unique looking, I feel like. So, cool. And onto the railings. Again, I really cannot stay focused on one task, can I? These railings were also insanely annoying, by the way, for the record. And honestly, that is it for this episode, because I had to cut the 18 hours of footage in half. So that's it for episode 3. The next episode, I'm going to be actually decorating the ride and adding a transfer track room and stuff like that. Just theming the ride overall. It's going to be a very cool episode. So I'll see y'all in the next episode, and here is a POV of the ride. And up next is a little sneak peek of the finished product. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.